Hello, lovely people of YouTube. This is your average Asian American asshole, Miltonacious here. This is the vlog that will wrap up my entire life, my entire YouTube career of 2016. And I believe I'm in the right mood for this because it's 1:40 in the morning, I'm freaking tired, my eyes are getting dry. Honestly, I am rather tired of 2016 as it is already. Today, for this vlog, I am going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of my 2016, personally speaking. With the ugly referring to a bit more of the bad stuff that's actually affected not just me, but a whole group of people, whether it be worldwide or an entire community. I want to save the good parts for last because I don't want to end this video on a bad note with like saying the bad and then the ugly afterwards. So we'll save that and like not to speak of any of these events out of order. But let's work our way down the list. Okay, so the bad. School. What more could I say? You'll understand the typical stress from classwork, homework, studying for tests, etc. And that has been taking an effect on my health. Furthermore, I could honestly say that I haven't had a good spring semester 2016, which I'm trying to make up right now with fall 2016. I decided to take a gamble for 19 credits worth of classes, which people call me insane for, and because of how completely crap and trash I did for spring 2016, it's been sort of affecting me financially as well, so a lot of my financial aid has been removed. My school scholarship has been taken away from me, and I'm just left on a scholarship that I'm one of the lucky 6 recipients for out of the thousands of people who applied. A lot of bad stuff in my life that's just been getting to me, and I'm prone to get upset easily, which is as much as a thing as it is for me to get happy real easily. And one other thing I do want to talk about is that I could have nearly died. Yeah. I could have nearly died and not actually made this vlog as it is today. So it was like some time ago in October 2016. This is during Comic-Con. I'm going to get to Comic-Con. I was returning back from the city from Con on Saturday evening. I was on the LIRR. For those of you who don't know what the LIRR is, it's the Long Island Railroad that goes back and forth between Long Island and Penn Station. So what ended up happening was that, okay, I was on my way back. I think like the train was like this. So the train would be like heading this way. And somehow like a service vehicle was like going at really top speed. It went so fast, it went through a head-on collision with the train I was on, hit the front. I think it tilted and caused the train to go a little bit off the track. And it was such a huge impact too. Okay, I was in the back of the train, thankfully. So I didn't get seriously injured. But I feel bad for those in the front who suffered minor injuries and had to get hospitalized. I was one of the lucky survivors of a catastrophe in which I could have like died. And to show you a bit of proof, here's a bit of footage I took with like the last bits of power of my battery. Show that I was on the train that got derailed.
Is that bad out there or no?
Oh. Well, they actually broke it this time. I've never seen it broken.
Oh my god. In the seat. This is how bad the damage is right now. It's really looking ugly. I was in one of those cars over there, I think. They're getting people off on the ladder right now. It's so scary. It's so real. This is the life.
But now that I got that story out of the way, let's talk about what's both good and bad. So, Pokemon Go. Remember when it first came out? And now as it gets down to like this semester and towards the end of it, not many people are playing it because Pokemon Go is meant to be accustomed for the majority of being college kids and people in their adults who've had the nostalgia of playing the old-fashioned Pokemon games just to play Pokemon on their mobile devices as convenience. But it's not ideal for every weather condition and whatnot to go out and catch Pokemon whatsoever. So I've stopped playing Pokemon Go for a while, but I don't think it's like much of a big of a deal. And then now let's get on to the ugly, I have to say. I apologize. I made this video during the time that everybody's taking finals. I have one more final the week after I get this video finished. So, The Ugly. What's really affecting a lot of people is that a lot of celebrity figures have died during the year. To name some examples, you have Alan Rickman. Now, Alan, we recognize him from being Severus Snape in the Harry Potter movie franchise. Then you have David Bowie. He has had a pretty great following as a musician. Muhammad Ali, it's pretty self-explanatory. He's a boxer who has had a pretty good following as well. Then Gene Wilder. I didn't recognize like who this actor's name was until I remember when I was a kid and I watched the first version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, in which he played the first version of Willy Wonka. I'm like, wow, did he? I'm really upset that he's moved on as well. And yeah, it's been really sad with like many recognized celebrity figures dying this year. I think who the celebrity figure has had the hugest, I emphasize on the hugest impact on the community of all was the death of Christina Grimmie. Yeah, I said her name. Christina Grimmie. I have an incredible amount of guilt that I never got to know about Christina earlier, and it wasn't until after her passing that I looked at her videos. He's got like the greatest charisma and charm as a gamer, the extravagant talents as a musician. She's like one of the most beautiful, fun, talented females the world could ever recognize, and I feel I'm really impacted by Christina's death as well. Like, why did such a thing have to happen to her? I had to dry, but I want to cry some tears right now. Because 2016 overall has just been a shitty year. And then the ugly was that the internet somehow dominated the mind of a huge majority of people in the entire nation with memes and whatnot. People somehow having the time and effort to be able to go about and take something from a recognizable source of pop culture we know and like give it captions and whatnot to signify a truth about realism. And we just couldn't help but get ourselves absorbed in it. It's clever, yet is it that full of effort? I don't know. At the same time, we got enough people getting a lot more talented and making trap music to make it a theme for memes as well. How do we get so dominated by this? I guess we're like the same type of people who get influenced by the meme condition of the internet as it is today are not as sensical as taking the 2016 election seriously. The 2016 election, need I say anymore, it really, really, really has hit the nation hard. It has hit the nation as hard as, I could say it really hit the nation as hard as when President Obama did get elected. Another thing that's really ugly about this year is that we had our fair share of YouTube drama. Now, there's like a lot of different YouTubers that have gone through different types of drama and whatnot, but it's really intoxicating the atmosphere, even to me as a content creator, to have to actually see like how the drama amongst different YouTubers, different stories could just like blow up all over the place within the community. Let me point out like a few examples here and there. Beginning of the year, I remember the Fine brothers. They caused an outrage among people when they want to be able to trademark the word react. So like they want to like make the react thing a brand and not like make it exclusive to them and like make it so copyrighted that not people can use it, and thus they lost like a good amount of subscribers from that, and they received like a huge amount of dislikes on their videos. So thankfully that's all resolved till now, but it's a bold statement that the Fine brothers are making. But honestly, you have to choose your words carefully, Fine brothers. If you're really thinking of, I'm really not wording things correctly, but I'm trying to get a point across, and I think you guys understand. The other thing I'm sure a lot of people remember just by her name, Marina Joyce. Marina Joyce isn't as talked about as she was before. The thing is with Marina Joyce is that a lot of people used to think that like she was kidnapped. A good number of people, a good number of denizens on the internet per se, thought she was kidnapped. People are just overthinking it. Because as I said, a majority of people on the internet, I'm just saying people not within the United States itself, but like other places as well, they overthought things. It's just one flawed video that didn't get edited properly and whatnot, and she wasn't too prepared for it, and people think she was kidnapped. So that's obviously not the correct answer. At the same time, there's been controversial statements have been made about Marina in which like oh, she's probably been controlled by aliens, or the most logical conclusion that people come up with is that like she has a mental problem. She's rather being overly expressive about it on the internet and whatnot. I'm just throwing statements out there based on whatever I've read from the general consensus. Honestly, I think the viewers and the Marina's followers and community members and whatnot on the internet, and let me tell you, this case with Marina Joyce has got like a bunch of YouTubers like speaking their viewpoints out loud too. So I think like the people of the internet have like crossed that line, that fine line between what Marina wants to express to the general public, as well as what the people like to know about her. They're like crossing that border and like really being like immersing themselves way too much into their life. Like, it's really creepy, definitely, for sure. I understand that some people are really concerned about Marina and whatnot, but her life problems should be dealt with by those who are close to her. If you don't really know her too personally or well or whatnot, then don't try to get yourself involved in whatever life problem she's dealing with. That's all I'm saying. If she's still dealing with any sort of life problems as right now, she isn't much of a talk as it is right now, but I remember the time when she was, then don't stick your nose into it much. If you can't if you don't know the full details of it, or really don't know the person personally. Other types of people who I know get involved in like YouTube dramas, that Rice Gum. He is an Asian American YouTuber. I'm more of an average Asian American YouTuber, but he has been rising in he's hit 5 million subscribers this year round, did not get featured in YouTube Reacts 2016. It's hard to say, there's some videos where I get where he's coming from, but for the most part he's rather coming off giving off too much dissent, causing the level of toxicity in the atmosphere of YouTube, in which he's just being really a cynic. I know there are YouTubers who just have this personality specifically for their channel, in which they could purposely be pissed, but in reality they're a happy-go-lucky person. But Rice Gum, it's a bit hard to tell sometimes. He's had he's had people who are on his side, people who are against him, and that sort of sparked up some bits of drama. And when he makes the diss tracks too, and he disses a lot of people on the internet. The only other person I know that's been having a lot of hate lately, and I've seen the Drama News Alert channel, is Leafy is here. I don't know Leafy is here too much, but I know that his name does come up a lot, and that he's been really pissing off various types of people as of lately. He's throwing fire back and forth over on social media, and it's gotten really, really heated up. I usually stay out of this type of stuff, but I just thought I'd mention it, a couple of examples, considering how ridiculous YouTube drama gets, and I'm just grateful to not be a part of it as a content creator, because I just primarily want to focus on getting my content out there and expressing who I am as an individual and whatnot. Another thing that's ugly, shootings. The particular ones I want to point out are the Dallas, Texas police shootings. That was really intense to look at articles for and watch the news for, but the most particular one was the mass shooting at the Orlando nightclub, which set a new record for the number of people killed in a mass shooting ever. We thought the mass shooting at the McDonald's way back in the day was horrible enough, but this just broke a new record. I can't give the numbers off the top of my head. If I look at my phone, it's gonna kill some time, but you guys can do a quick Google search up yourself. It was one of the most catastrophic events in United States history. I just rather not talk anymore about it, but get it out there. This is one of the ugliest things to ever happen in the history of mankind. This 2016 has sucked, and it's been affecting me overall.